All right. Roll call. Cummins?
Here.
Johnston?
Here.
Poston?
Here.
All right. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Any comments, questions, additions, changes needed to the agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Cummins, seconded by Johnston.
Poston,
Yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
All right. Communications. We did have one scheduled person for communications, but they are not here. So if there's anyone else that would like to address the council?
Larry Hodgson, 210 East 6th Street. I'm noticing that you've got Arbor Day proclamation coming up. And Steve and I were planting trees this morning down at the middle school, planted 15 trees along with some middle schoolers. So we did our part for Arbor Day, and it was a good day to plant trees. That brought up to mind a couple other things. First of all, I want to mention Earth Day, which is today, is Earth Day. And I know you don't have a proclamation for Earth Day, but I think it was important to at least recognize that Earth Day is a pretty important thing for the students to get involved in that. But since you're doing a proclamation on Arbor Day, I'm going to make another suggestion for another proclamation if you might think about it. May 6th through 10th is Teacher Appreciation Week. And I would suggest that maybe the city could do a proclamation for Teacher Appreciation Week. And I think it would be good. The school generates a lot of revenue for Tipton. We have a lot of money coming into Tipton from the state to finance education. And it's a great economic basis for Tipton. So I think it would be a good thing to do. And if you could get that proclamation ready ahead of time, you would have it done by the Friday before and got it to Stuart. He would probably get it in the paper during Teacher Appreciation Week. So I think that'd be great. All right, that's all we got.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else? Nobody else here, right? Okay. All right. All right. We'll move on to the consent agenda. These are routine items that will be enacted by. Oh, I forgot to read the proclamation. Sorry. I'm going to read the proclamation. That's all right. No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. I was writing proclamation and I just skipped right over it. All right. So this is the official proclamation. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day to be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can be a solution to combating climate change by reducing the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderating the temperature, cleaning the air, producing life-giving oxygen, and providing habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Tammy Gert, Mayor of the City of Tipton, do hereby proclaim April 26th as Arbor Day in the City of Tipton, and I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. Dated this 22nd day of April, 2024. Right. Now the consent agenda. These are routine items that will be enacted by one motion without separate discussion unless a council member requests separate consideration. Approval of the council meeting minutes, March 28th, 2024. Council meeting minutes, number 1, April 1st, 2024. Council meeting minutes, number 2, April 1st, 2024. Library minutes, March 18th, 2024. Approval of the library director's report, March of 2024. Liquor license for Lucky Wife Wine Slushies, which is, I think, a one-time for the kickoff summer event in the park for June 8th. The Downtown Revitalization Incentive Program request for reimbursement for Ashley and Walter Moore at 101 West 3rd Street for $5,000. Approval of the Downtown Revitalization Incentive Program request for reimbursement for Cute Nails and Spa at 105 East 5th Street for $7,500. Approval amendment number 1 to the housing agreement with Simmering Quarry. ECIA grant writing agreement not to exceed $750. And the claims register, which includes claims paid under the current purchase policy.
I make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay, motion by Johnston, seconded by Question.
Cummins? Johnston?
Yes.
Question?
Yes.
All right, the next item on the agenda is public hearing. The public hearing as for the proposed fiscal year 2024-2025 budget. In a motion to open the public hearing.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Question, seconded by Johnston.
Cummins?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Question?
Yes.
This is the last piece of the proposed budget for the fiscal year 24-25. I did check with City Hall staff at close of business today, and we have not received any comments regarding this. Nothing has changed since the last public hearing we had on this, and this would go into effect July 1st. So it would need to be submitted to the state by April 30th. Any comments, questions?
I have a couple of questions for Melissa. It looks like the revenue is down quite a bit on this budget from previous 2 years, down about $5 million. And I see one specific item, other financing sources.
Yep.
Went from 2.8 million down to 0. What is that, and why is that dropped to 0?
That's bonds and like for the Highway 38 project that we received, we budgeted to receive bonding for the Highway 38 project, and we also had the ARPA funds that came in for those, so that would be in that line.
Okay, so the funds came in 24, in the previous budget for 24.
Correct.
25, you don't expect it, so that's the difference there.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
The 5 million is quite a drop, though, isn't it? That doesn't account for the entire 5 million in drop in revenue.
It was a combination with the ARPA funds too, and Highway 38. It
So-
might have been a little bit with the Sager project too in there. If you're looking, I'm not sure how far back you're looking, but we've had bonds that have happened the last couple of years.
Okay. So now going to the bottom line, where your ending fund balance is significantly lower than the previous 2 years. I assume that's also tied into the bonding situation. Is that correct?
That's correct, because we'll be spending from cash. Those bonds roll into our cash, so then we'll be spending from that for the Highway 38 project.
That $1.8 million, is that historically fairly low, or do you know what historically the ending fund balance?
I can get you that information, but I don't have that with me at this moment, but I'm happy to get you an answer to that.
I'm assuming you're like the county, you have to carry over all your expenses from June 30th or July 1st until your taxes come in the fall. Is that correct? Of course, you have other revenue than taxes, but you have to have a big enough ending fund balance to pay the bills until taxes do come in. Is that correct?
We get property taxes every month. We don't get them in certain quarters. We get it monthly.
Okay. Interesting. I'll figure out how that works. All right.
Any other questions?
Nope, doesn't look like it, Melissa. All right. There are no other comments or questions. Somebody want to make a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion. Second.
Okay, motion by Poshton, seconded by Johnston.
Cummins?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Poshton?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to city business. First item is resolution number 042224A, the resolution approving the city of Tipton's fiscal year 2024-2025 annual budget.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Johnston, seconded by Poshton.
Johnston?
Yes.
Poshton?
Yes.
Cummins?
Yes.
Next item is resolution number 042224B, is the resolution awarding informal quotes for seamless gutters, downspouts, and window replacements from custom builders for buildings operated by the city's electric utility.
This is for the power plant's windows and gutters. They're original to the building. They're just in really bad shape. Went out to, I think there's like roughly five other contractors, and a lot of them looked at it and decided that it was more than they wanted to do. And custom builders were more than happy to give me a bid when I first looked at this about a year ago, so. Any questions on any of it?
And this is covered by the CIP.
Yeah,
So you literally only have one bid, right? That's what you're
Yeah.
saying.
like I said, everybody came and looked at it, and everybody else just kind of bowed out of it.
Okay, any questions? For John?
How many windows are there, John?
Probably right around 20, all the way around. And these are gonna be, the windows are supposed to be just like what's in there, they're just not plexiglass,
Sure.
and they're not falling apart.
Okay.
And you'll see that the gutters, there's a pretty good price on the
Mhm.
gutters there.
Yeah.
It's because he's got it for a different project, and he's tired of having it in the way. So he's happy to get rid of them. So. Anything else? Okay.
Thank you. Anyone? Motion.
Motion,
Motion, anyone, anyone?
I'll motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
motion by Johnston, seconded by Poshton.
Johnston?
Yes.
Poshton?
Yes.
Cummins?
Yes.
All right, next item is discussion and possible action concerning contractor informal quotes for sewer manhole replacement at 7th and Orange Street.
Yeah, this one stems from, not only from the incident on March 25th, I think most of you, hopefully everybody was able to read the email that I sent on the 29th, kind of hear the story about that. A few things I don't like about this particular manhole, and not to suggest this is the only bad brick hole, manhole in town, there's plenty of them. This one's a little different. I don't like how narrow it is. When you're in what I call the chimney portion of that thing, your shoulders are almost touching. It's too small. There's jagged, rusted off, sharp metal daggers sticking out of there that are all rusted off steps. That's not uncommon. A lot of them have that. But also, we're kind of frequent flyers in this neighborhood. Sycamore Orange 8th Street area intersections. It kind of does a zig and a zag up there. So we're up there probably average once a year, maybe occasionally twice a year. A really good manhole, or one that we like, is one you could stand on top. You could see the exit point of the sewer from the surface, whether it's with a flashlight or daylight or whatever, and you can get that jetter started in there. This one, you can't see it. It's a drop manhole. I've experienced this quite a few times. There's one way to get it in there, is to go down and start that thing. It's not ideal, it's not safe. That night wasn't cool. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I thought, why am I thinking about this? Let's just replace that dumb thing. That's when I got quotes. We really didn't plan for it. This isn't ideal. Rather have it in the CIP. I'd rather have planned longer for it. However, we do have a CD in the sewer fund. It's about $229,000, and if I'm wrong on this part, Melissa can correct me. I think about $229 in that CD, and it matures a little bit later this summer. It might be about a month or so out before it matures. So I know these contractors pretty good. They'll probably, either one of them, be willing to work with us on that timeline so that we don't be penalized by taking that out early. And so I have a Lynch bid for $38,611, and I have a triple B bid for $38,725. So that's pretty close monetarily, $114. It's pretty narrow. However, the Lynch bid is unique that he added something to his suggestion. He added a manhole, and it's a manhole on Inland Road. It's a shallow manhole. It's a much, much easier job than 7th and Orange. For his price of $38,611, he'll throw in that extra manhole, and he'll do that. He's got the parts and pieces to do that. So it's pretty obvious which one's a better bid. I'm suggesting Lynch bid for $38,611. Let's use the CD to pay for it. And let's get that dangerous thing out of there.
You were concerned by when it could be done. Did he go into that?
Yeah, his availability, the availability of both of them was this summer, no problem.
Okay.
Triple B had commented that it would probably be late August for them. Lynch maybe a little sooner, but no guarantee. I don't know how much his schedule has changed in the last 3 weeks. So, questions?
Well, that will close 7th Street, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, they're working on that.
I would picture that being a minimum 2-day project.
Yeah. I was just thinking about school because they use 7th Street, right?
Point.
So later in the summer might actually be better to avoid the school traffic.
If we get it done before the school year's back in session, it'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Detour. We'll have to talk about that. Detour. You know, if we get it approved, I'll sort that stuff out.
Yeah. Just what I had.
Mhm.
That might affect school traffic if we don't get it done before school starts.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know what goes on at the elementary school at the summertime as far as sporting events, baseball probably, but
This is, go ahead.
They'll start summer school in early August. So it'll be
July's your best month.
there'll be several people there. Obviously, we can reroute as we need to, but if you're thinking about
But
just
the
traffic there.
significant traffic that they
The
would have
detour,
otherwise.
that's what I'm concerned about, because that's when it's going to be the most used.
It's supposed to close when school starts. Last year
Correct.
it didn't.
Correct.
For another extra week or two. I think we probably got no choice but to wait till the detour closes.
That's what I think too.
This is a deep excavation. It's 18 feet to the flow line. A lot of dirt displacement, a lot of rock coming back.
That's deep.
It takes most of the intersection. Both these bids include replacement of asphalt at the surface.
But you're talking a matter of days, you think, not a matter of weeks.
No.
So,
No.
and I don't know. I think
Okay, the replacement and the aggregate, 2 days, and then maybe asphalt maybe coming back a week later, but it'll be travelable
Okay.
probably in 2 or
Yeah.
3 days. I would think.
Is this the manhole that we had some problems with back? Pushing back into people's basements? Is this
Yeah,
the culprit?
that particular night, there was one basement that was
Yep.
backed
Yeah.
up in.
No, I got a phone call, so.
Yeah.
My own personal preference is get it done. I mean, I like that winch is gonna throw a little extra on top, so
Mhm.
get more bang for your buck.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we don't want to make a motion to,
Motion.
motion by Poston,
Second?
seconded by Johnston.
Posturing,
Yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Okay, next item is discussion and possible action concerning Highway 38 project, downtown water services, interior plumbing costs.
So what this is about is, since we've been planning the Highway 38 project, we've talked about these water services downtown. One example in particular is a building owned by Don Lamp, is one door south of the old Rhinos building. Okay? The water service to Lamp's building came through Rhinos. It was that way for decades, who knows how long. That was cool until Rhinos went defunct and the building froze, and then Lamp didn't have water anymore. Okay, there's other examples like that downtown. I'm proposing 7 total new water services while we have the downtown tour up this time, take care of them. So my suggestion is, let's get away from that issue by, as the new water main passes through, boom, we punch a new line straight in and we take care of it. New line, new curb stop, bringing it on into the building, okay? And then the question was this. So we've already planned all that part since the beginning of this to correct these issues. The question is this: who pays for the interior reconnection? Because now you got water line over here, but now you got the new service here. We got to get a connection. We got to get a meter in there. I need to work with somebody in my capacity. I need to work with a plumber to help me replumb. Most of these, I don't see that being a big issue. A lot of them, I think we can get done for less than $500. There's only 7 total on the list. The engineer and I did a walkthrough. I found 7 total. I'm going to give you another example quick. Where the barber shop is on the corner across from Hardee's. Okay. And then there's a Stuart Clark building just to the west of that. There's 5 meters in that basement. There's one water service coming in from the north. Okay. The next couple buildings to the south, their meters are in Clark's building. Okay, that's cool until Stuart shuts the heat off.
I say go for it.
That's the only time.
All the power you have.
Okay, next block to the south, if you look at the front of the building, there's one building. This is where Linda Peck's office is. One building, 3 addresses. Maybe 2 owners. Same on 2 of them and different on the south one. One service feed in 3 places, not ideal when it comes to, everybody pays their bill downtown, but what if they didn't? Now you got a problem, you're shutting 3 people out, you just can't shut them off. So let's clean these little issues up. So I'm suggesting the city go ahead and take care of the interior plumbing costs. If we wanted a safety net on that, I would say put a $3,000 limit per address on it or something. But I'll work with the plumber, I'll coordinate it. I'll coordinate with Triple B as he's passing through there and he's bringing them in. The plumber and I will take it from the interior on and we'll get it taken care of. As far as funding, it's gonna come out of the water budget, building and grounds maintenance, I suppose. I guess we kind of planned for it. I don't feel like there's a specific line that we set aside for it, but I think for the most part, we could take it out of operating. If we had to, maybe it could end up being an amendment, but hopefully we can keep the price down pretty good.
I think it's a problem. It needs to be corrected.
Yeah,
You just gotta do it.
We're asking to,
Yeah.
if we're asking to do it, we probably should be paying for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be less of a headache for us later on in life, so. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second it.
Okay, motion by Poston, seconded by Johnston.
Cummins?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Posturing?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. All right, next item is discussion and possible action concerning the purchase of a backhoe. Is that you or Steve?
Stephen Clay.
Oh, Steve and Clay, oh. They weren't moving, so I wasn't sure who was.
It's backhoe time, calendar time, and our backhoe has developed a few issues. Normal, but 7 years old. We went out, like my write-up said, we had 7 requests, we got 3 back. The lowest one is for a machine identical to what we have now. The surprising thing was an identical machine we have now is actually $6,000 cheaper than one we bought in 2017. The price of everything is going crazy, as everybody knows. What they're giving us for our old machine is double what we got for a machine in 2017. So it's basically the same hours within 100. So all of our attachments work, all of our parts we have work. The case one is what we need to do it's our number one machine. If we have water mains out, trees down, it's the first thing we grab. So we need to keep that one replaced and fresh. Does anybody have any questions?
You guys know what you need. We don't. I mean,
It's an identical machine to the one we have. The one we have works. I mean, it's been a great machine. It's just time.
yep.
Might also add, it's on the CIP, it was scheduled for this year.
Yeah, this is our year to replace it anyway, so.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Poston,
I'll second.
seconded by Johnston.
Cummins?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Posturing?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Clay. All right, last item under city business is discussion and possible action concerning the James Kennedy Family Aquatic Center dehumidifier bid process and request a special council meeting on Monday, the 29th at 5:30.
On this one, bids were open last week, but at this point, the engineer is still evaluating the bids and asking some questions, follow-up questions. He's looking at some ways to possibly come back that might be ideas for saving on some of the expense. Plus, we would like to have a council meeting where we're 5 for 5 members. So hopefully Monday, the 29th at 5:30 will work for a special. Want to go to Wednesday?
I don't want to be at that meeting. Nope, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
Will it work with the other two?
I don't know, they've been out of town.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not sure when George will be back, but I'm not sure when Mike's coming back.
I guess it
Good
works for us three.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think we need it.
Sooner than later.
Or quicker we move, the better off we are.
Put it in my calendar already.
Hope I should have approved of that.
So if somebody want to make a motion to
I'll motion.
approve that.
Second.
Motion by Johnston, seconded by Poston.
Johnston?
Yes.
Posturing?
Yes.
Cummins?
Yes.
Okay. Next thing on the agenda is reports from the mayor, council, city managers, department heads. Department heads, do you have anything? John?
Yeah, I got a couple things. Some of you guys might know, maybe not everybody does, Daniel went out, took apprentice final, so now he's classified as a journeyman. Paperwork's been sent in on my end, so he should be receiving his card in the next 4 weeks roughly. So congratulations.
Awesome.
You see him. Feeder project is moving forward. We've got the new equipment over on Meridian and 4. It's heated up, energized it today. We had it, we have a load on it today. We had it energized on Friday, about 3:30. So over the weekend went really well. So we put load on it today. So east and west are back to normal kind of. So I can finish up the other stuff. But feeder project is moving forward from Alvaz out to Cedar Poly. They are potholing and starting to bore that again. So they should wrap that up in about 2 or 3 weeks. And then we'll start placing the equipment and dead-ending all our wire again and move forward. So hopefully roughly middle of June, end of June, the project should be wrapped up. Everything's done really well. That's all I got.
Thank you. Anybody else? Steve, Brad? No? Something? No?
I've got one thing.
Yeah.
One question. When can we start to see the beautiful pothole machine being out?
Good question. It has to get warmer.
Okay,
We like to have at least 60 degrees, 70 works a lot better.
sure.
We have hired one guy back, and I think we might have another one come on, and we definitely, that's a 3-man operation to really be good with it, so.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm anxious for that to happen too.
Perfect.
I might add two, I wasn't gonna mention, but since I'm talking, gotta keep talking, but. I did meet with Tammy and a group of North Plum last Friday and getting that project rolling. I think we ironed out a lot of the unknowns, or at least educated a little bit more. I talked to Jack today, and he's still planning on a pre-con up there mid-May, and he's available here to at that time to speak to anybody about any issues. But we think we've got most of them, most of the questions answered. I'm anxiously looking forward to that because when you say potholes, that just brings that to mind. Yeah, that street is worse than potholes.
Yep.
We know.
So it's gonna be such a contrast that we'll all be happy when we're done.
Yeah, and I appreciate you doing that, coming up and talking to them too, Steve. They were very appreciative of that you came to them. I think they were.
That's what we're paid to do here, I guess, so that's good.
No, they were happy, and I think happy with your answers. So I think hopefully we're good. All right. Anybody have anything else? No? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Johnston, seconded by Poston.
Johnston,
Yes.
Poston,
Yes.
Cummins.
Yes. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Abby, you were quiet tonight.
Hey,